I mean, Rich Amiri has songs that he posted not even a year ago that it barely cracks 100K. Some of them have like 20K. It's crazy. When you look at Ken Carson, his audios average anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million, and his music videos are doing over 1 million basically every single time.
So recently I was having a simple conversation with one of my homeboys, right? And we were just talking about Rich Amiri. I told him, I said, yo, when is the last time you heard about Rich Amiri? Do you ever keep up with him? You know what I'm saying? And he told me the only time I hear about Rich Amiri is when they're promoting that he surpassed somebody in monthly listeners. And I kind of thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I think that's the same with me. I don't really hear about him for real. Every now and then, yeah, I might see that he's performing overseas. He's doing well. It looks like he's doing well. He's still at 8 million monthly listeners. Like, you can't argue with that. The numbers is there. Some people feel like it's botted. I'm not gonna argue with that, but yeah. And I told him, I was like, bro, it's so weird though with Rich Amiri is that I never see his fan base. I don't even know if he actually has a fan base. The only time I hear about him is when he's getting hated on. And I made a video not too long ago on why Rich Amiri would never be respected. I had trouble kind of like explaining why, because now it's starting to make sense. All right, Rich Amiri, right? We all know that he surpassed all these people a long time ago, probably like a good 4 months ago when One Call came out or whatever. Over time, it gradually just went crazy. It's his biggest song, and that made him surpass all these rappers like Lucky, Destroy Lonely, Ken, all the people that's in underground. He didn't surpass everybody, okay? And so much time has went by, but one thing I still notice is that Rich Amiri and his team, they're still trying to promote that he surpassed people. That's the only time they talk about him. That's the only time they put him out there. They don't promote his singles the same way they promote him surpassing people. They don't, bro. And it's kind of weird. I don't know if Internet Money or his team are trying to do this, but I feel like they're trying to base his whole career off of just One Call or him surpassing people. Like, I don't know what their strategy is. I don't know what they're going for, because I actually used to like Rich Amiri music. I actually thought bro was talented at a time, but this is just my opinion. I know people gonna feel a different type of way, but I do feel like Internet Money or whoever his team are, they're trying to point him into this direction of just making One Call over and over again. Every song has the same sequence. He used to be way more melodic, and y'all probably think, oh, Dutie just being a hater or whatever. You can say whatever you want to say, but like, I'm finna show you something, because I'm really not the only person that think this way. And I seen something recently, right, where there was a few pages that try to post that Rich Amiri had passed up Ken Carson in monthly listeners, and it's already been 6 months, right, or 5 months. Why would you promote that again? We already knew that a long time ago, right? So instead of people actually just giving Rich Amiri his props, this time they got very, very mad. You had people just saying, yo, it's just botted. So I'm gonna just show off these tweets and show y'all what's going on. But the page has said Rich Amiri has surpassed Ken Carson in monthly listeners. W or L. Gas Baby said they got hundreds of phones taped to the wall, connected to computers streaming Rich Amiri. Then somebody said this is listeners, and they showed a whole gif of robots walking. Somebody asked who was actually bumping Rich Amiri. They using the bots they used for PS5 and Xbox release. Somebody said 100% botted. I don't care. Ain't nobody telling me, yo, put on that Rich Amiri. I really don't think Rich Amiri even has a fan base either. It's weird. Somebody said Internet Money always botted. Not gonna lie, this don't make sense how he surpassed him. It does. I mean, One Call does have 300 million streams. Like, not a single real human. If there's no Rich Amiri fans, then I'm dead. And somebody made a tweet, and he said exactly what I've been trying to say this whole time. He said he's been surpassed Ken for months. He had like 12 million monthly listeners, but Ken been gaining while he's been losing, so they're closer now. Then somebody said, I can't wait for Rich Amiri to fall off when TikTok finds a new artist. And look, I've been seeing that he's finna drop a single soon, because his team is obviously obsessed with numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's all they promoting, right? So hopefully he actually sells well. You feel me?
Hey, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Tan Toes. Now, as always, shout out Dutie, cause he knew I'd have some shit to say about this topic. Cause why the hell does Rich Amiri have more monthly listeners than Ken Carson, when we all know that Ken is the more popular and known artist? Well, I'll tell you why. And before we say Rich Amiri uses bots, before we say anything like that, let me just give y'all some valuable information. Monthly listeners on Spotify have become something that doesn't show how much success you have, it shows how much the industry backs you up. Plain and simple. I knew this when Ice Spice, before she lost 20 million or whatever, she had more than Young Thug. Ice Spice had more than Young Thug. And I think it's hilarious with this Rich Amiri and Ken situation. Y'all in the comments don't hesitate to say the reasoning. Y'all say it's bots. Y'all say they got 1,000 phones in a room streaming bro's music. I think it's hilarious for the sole fact, people are just viewing the rap scene from a realistic standpoint, and they can see the foolery. Now listen, I'm not gonna come out here and say he's botting without giving a good reason why he might not be botting. So first, I think I should answer the question, do I think it's a possibility that Rich Amiri genuinely has more than Ken Carson? And I mean, His sound is a little more mainstream. He had one call that had a bunch of streams, so that might, be majority of the listeners. But I still lean towards, like I said, he has more people backing him up. And my real reason for this observation is the damn YouTube analytics, because that's where the truth lies, y'all. I'm telling you, you could look at a Rich Amiri audio that he just dropped. You know what I'm saying? He dropped 2 songs, both audio videos, and they got about 100K. And then other than one call, his recent music videos, they get about 600, 700, 800K. Still amazing numbers. But just when looking at it compared to Ken, I mean, Rich Amiri has songs that he posted not even a year ago that it barely cracks 100K. Some of them have like 20K. It's crazy. When you look at Ken Carson, his audios average anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million, and his music videos are doing over 1 million basically every single time. And with such a discrepancy in numbers, on streaming services and YouTube, I'm telling y'all, YouTube is the most accurate. And it isn't crazy to say that numbers are being tampered with behind the scenes. And I think a lot of y'all already believe this with the way that y'all are commenting bots, man. So what do you think? Maybe the Rich Amiri fans are mad low-key. Maybe they're a little embarrassed, but they're all gonna come out when we make this video. So damn, that's where they're all at. I didn't know. But personally, it does seem strange that on Spotify he's the same level as Ken Carson when, I know a lot of people who know Ken Carson and they don't know Rich Amiri. But that's why I'm asking y'all to let me know in the comments what you truly think. But of course, that's all I got for y'all, man. Go show Dutie some love and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.